Alright, here we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Snettertons Farm, and we're back again harvesting, pretty much picking up where we left off from last episode. Maybe just a couple minutes worth of harvesting since last episode, and that's about it. So continuing to harvest canola here on field 7, and triticale on the other field. And like I was mentioning there last episode, we'll probably leave another field there of canola for our small harvester, which hopefully by the time you folks actually see this video, we'll have done a live stream on that, and we'll be using that small tow behind harvester. Definitely don't think we'll be harvesting the entire field that way, because that'll probably take way too long, but we'll at least make a few passes with it to make it look good, right? And like I said, hopefully by the time you see this video, we'll have a live stream on that. Anyway, this episode, hopefully we'll finish up this field here, hopefully, anyway. Let's try to make as much progress as we can. Of course, harvesting with the John Deere 8820 Turbo. Massey Ferguson is on the other field there. First grain tank is nearly full. Of course, again, triticale on that field. So that is obviously filling up quite quickly. And we got one tipper full of canola there already. And we'll get a little bit further ahead and we'll rehire the oilseed radish hired worker there for the seeder. And once the other harvester is full there, we'll just hire a worker for a moment, and then we'll come back to this. At least that's my plan anyway. And of course, for those who didn't watch the last episode there, we went ahead and borrowed enough money to purchase 19, and then we also did the mission on 19 there for fertilizing. So we kind of got some, well, not only free, but we got paid to fertilize the field that we then bought. Oh, we actually filled up before the Massey Ferguson did. Okay then. Well, that'll work out perfectly. While we're emptying this combine, we'll go grab the Massey Ferguson then as well. Yeah, hopefully after we're done harvesting everything here, we can pay back a little loan we took out. And yeah, for those who've seen with the Seasons mod here, we can obviously take out a much, much larger loan. Which, you know, personally I find to be a little more reasonable in Farming Sim. You know, taking out larger loans like that actually kind of makes sense if you ask me. Okay, another combine here. Not the other combine. That's the other combine. We'll grab the tractor here. I think we'll probably windrow this straw up here as well. Something maybe we'll try to get to in a live stream, but we'll see what's. And again, if we do a live stream, the live stream will probably happen before you folks see this episode. So, just the way it works out sometimes. Oh, had that before. I guess it just clears, don't it? Okay. One thing I don't like about the Massey Ferguson, the pipe is just a little too short for most of our stuff. But oh well. Still kind of a cool combine. And again, trailer here. And we're stuck on the trailer. There we go. It's from the old Massey Ferguson pack on the mod hub. One of the old packs that the console does have access to. So definitely worth checking out if you like the older equipment, the old Massey Ferguson pack. It's not an old iron pack, but you could probably pretty much call it that. I mean, it's an old iron Massey Ferguson pack, essentially. And for those of you that keep asking, will I be using more of the old iron tractors? Yes, I absolutely plan to. Obviously, there's so many tractors I can't, you know, purchase all of them at the same time. But you know, between the different series I have going on, hopefully we'll use most of them, or at least a bunch of them anyway. And we'll read some comments here in a moment. Farm Boss Bob was saying for the 4230, it doesn't sound like that, but it does take 30 seconds to start up. Well, yeah, that I don't doubt. Old diesel tractors like that. I've definitely started a few and have heard a few start up, so yes, that is about right. Although, like I said, the sound just didn't quite sound right. It sounded a little off to me. Catching Deers was saying, have you checked out the Bobcat S770? I have it downloaded. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm assuming it's under skid steers. Yes, it is. The Bobcat S770, $49,000. I don't quite have enough money for that, but I've been told this is really good, so hopefully be checking it out at some point. Tires or tracks. Interesting. No price difference there. Not really sure what we'll do with it, but definitely think we need to check it out. And of course, we're still day 4 here, mid-summer. And once we got these fields harvested, it'll probably just be waiting for either other fields to ripen or our grass fields to ripen again. The fields up by the main farm here, that'll be a third cut once they ripen. And I am waiting for the grass field number 32 down on the other side of the map there to reach the second growth stage. That's my plan anyway. Steve the Farmer was saying on Pleasant Valley, how can you get the icons on the right and the notes? I've got the map, but I don't know how to get the notes. I'm assuming by the notes you mean the information screen. The information screen is brought up with the question mark on Pleasant Valley, so press the question mark on your keyboard, and that should bring up the, I call it the menu system. And that's, again, you need to be able to use that, because there's really not much use for the in-game menu systems on Pleasant Valley. Everything is controlled by that custom menu system on Pleasant Valley. And again, other production maps have used that as well, so it's not just unique to Pleasant Valley there, but Pleasant Valley is one of the maps that uses that custom menu system. Thomas Baconsol was saying, triticale is a mix between wheat and rye, first bred in Scotland in the late 19th century. Okay, rye, yes, I knew it was wheat. I couldn't remember what the other one was, so a breed between wheat and rye. And as far as I know, I think it's more for a chopping type crop. I don't know necessarily harvesting. Of course, we are harvesting it, but Magnus was saying, how do you level out the bunkers with courseplay on the biogas plant? Do you measure the width of the bunker? Courseplay has a, they call it the shovel and level mode here, which I guess I don't have access to because I'm not in a vehicle that has those functions, but it does have a mode for leveling out bunkers. And for those of you who watch, I think it was at Hobbs Farm I used it on. I have used it quite a bit in the past. Haven't used it on Snettertons here yet, and I don't know that we will because I don't plan on doing anything with the biogas plant other than, you know, the fermenting silo we have going at the moment. I don't actually plan on doing any of the silage in the bunkers. But yes, courseplay will automatically level and compact your bunker for you if you set that course up. And a relatively simple course to set up as well. If you go back, I think I even have dedicated how-to videos on how to do it as well. Martin was saying hello. Well, we could probably hire that Case tractor again. What group is he in? I think he must have rolled down the field here or something. And we'll move the John Deere out of the way here in a moment. Martin was saying hello. I like the map. Well, thank you very much for that. Okay, back in business here. Interesting, they're actually both about the same fill level here. If you look up at the glance mod, the Massey Ferguson's at 82, 83, and we are at 82. Now we're 83. So, pretty much neck and neck in the fill level here, even though we're harvesting canola. Oh, off the GPS. Just realized that. Oh well. What in the world are we missing something for? Yeah, you gotta watch that. Sometimes when you get out of the vehicle, it turns the GPS off. Other times you get out and it stays on. I don't quite understand that. Anyway, Jeffrey was saying safety flip-flops helped with those weeds there. Anyway, paper wasps are about the most useless insect out there. Along with yellow jackets and hornets. Don't have any feelings for ground wasps either. Shoot them all dead. Yeah, there's probably use for them out there, but definitely not a use around me. That's for sure. Getting stung by them is definitely not on my list of favorite things to have happen. And they have a tendency of doing that. That is for sure. And I think I've told this story too, the wasp story. I was walking down the driveway there, just minding my own business, you know, just down the middle of the driveway. And all of a sudden this wasp just runs into me. I mean, literally just boom, into my forehead. And of course, proceeds to sting me, I think, twice, or bite. I don't know if they sting or bite, whatever it is. But yeah, nailed me twice. Ran into me, and then proceeds to sting or bite me twice. So yeah, needless to say, I wasn't too happy about that one. I guess the tractor must have shut off on us there. I was hoping it would stay running. That way we don't have to wait for it to start up all the time. I think this is going to fill this trailer up too. Oh, you know what? I think it actually is probably going to fill up the John Deere as well with the canola. I think that's the last we can fit in there too. But yeah, again, for those of you watching the cat house rebuild video there, we had a paper wasp nest in there. Like the two big dinner plate sized things of them. Like the big dinner plates. I'm not talking the ones you eat off, but the ones, you know, you put in the center of the table and you take the food off of, those sized inside of there. It was just utterly ridiculous. We went through, I think, like 6 cans of spray, and we finally resided to using fuel and torches. Somehow none of us managed to get stung during the whole incident. I don't know how that was possible, considering the probably several thousand wasps that were flying around. Yeah, and cleaning up behind that too. Let's just say we vacuumed up the pile of dead wasps that were from that incident. Not something I have a video on, by the way, for those who are wondering. Didn't videotape that incident at all. I think this is about 2 years ago we had that. Jeffrey was saying he would have to think they're building equipment much heavier now compared to back then. That 1570 could play with a 15-foot disc from its day. That could very well be. That could be the case there. Maybe a 15-foot disc back in the time the 1570 was around was much lighter, easier to pull than a disc from today. I don't know. I forget how much horsepower that tractor has again, but it could probably easily pull, I'm going to say probably a 30-foot disc if you wanted to. Let's see, where is the case? Wow, we got a lot of equipment. Oh, let's see, so where is the case? Curious how much horsepower that one had again. Oh, there it is. That's right, I was looking for the white image. That one is not a white. No, we don't want to sell it. Let's see, 200 horsepower. Actually, might have more than that with our current configuration. I think we got the biggest one in that series. 1570, yeah, okay, it is 200 horsepower. Oh, we got room for more in there yet. Okay, I thought that would have filled the tipper there. Pug1 Gaming was saying you should switch to Discord. Not a chance. We'll be sticking with TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak is still arguably much, much better than Discord is yet. The only claim to fame Discord has is it is cheaper. As in, it's typically usually free. Having a TeamSpeak server, if you host your own TeamSpeak server, it is completely free as well. But if you have somebody else host the TeamSpeak server, then no, it is not free. But on that, again, like I said, TeamSpeak is still better. And as far as the end user is concerned, for you viewers, there is really no difference as far as you're concerned. TeamSpeak, Discord. Other than, like I said, you'll probably have a much better experience on TeamSpeak than you will on a Discord server. Well, I was saying, good videos. Thank you very much for that. Crazy Missouri was saying, can you do missions on Farming Simulator 15? No, not like you can in 17, if that's what you're asking. And if you're asking if I can play Farming Simulator 15, I can't do that either. I have it uninstalled, so I don't have Farming Simulator 15 anymore. I don't quite get the reason why I would want to go back and play Farming Simulator 15. That seems like a pointless waste of time. I mean, other than maybe for a nostalgia sake. But 17 here, if you ask me, is still much better than 15. You know, same thing. You know, 11's better than 9. 13 was better than 11. Farming Simulator 15 is better than Farming Simulator 13. And Farming Simulator 17 is better than 15. So, you know, why would I want to go back and play the older, not quite as good game? Al Chalk was saying the place at the top of the hill on Pleasant Valley with that hopper there is for the Beast. Ah, that makes sense. So you can park the Beast chipper under there. At least I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, the Beast chipper. And you can load logs into it that way. That's pretty cool. And I see the other combine's full here again. Tractor shut off on us again. I do have the time on this change, so I think it stays on for 6 minutes, I'd like to say. Supposed to be 6 minutes anyway, I think. Doesn't seem like it's been 6 minutes, though. Maybe it has. And we'll take over for the hired worker here again. Oh, I'm curious too. I should check. Are we actually getting fertilizer out of this here? Like I said, with a chopped straw, at least from what I've been told anyway, we should be getting a level of fertilizer. I think we are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that level of fertilizer there is coming from the chopped straw, not from actually seeding the oil seed, I don't think. Of course, we're not going to be getting that from field 5 here because we're not spreading it. We're actually windrowing, or putting the straw into windrows. And of course, we'll be picking that up, so a little bit different on that field. Like I said, we should be getting one level of fertilizer here from the chopped straw when you till it into the field. I don't know if you'll get that if you just no-till seed this. There's one advantage of using that particular seeder cultivator combination there. It does cultivate first and then it seeds. But like I said, we should be getting the one level of fertilizer. And then, of course, once we cultivate the oilseed radish in, we should have the remaining levels of fertilizer. Because that's going to be the theory anyway. We'll find out. Caleb was asking, what chopper grain cart thingy are you using? The thingy I am using is the Miller forage wagons. I'm using the Miller forage wagons on here. And that would be these right here. And currently have 4 of those. Link is in the mod list for those, by the way. Which is a reminder there for any of the mods I have. You can find most of them in the mod list, like the 8820 here. All the old iron packs, with the exception of the John Deere. And the link for the John Deere pack is still down yet. Haven't figured out anything for that yet. Hopefully we'll get that resolved at some point. And again, like I said, that's not my Dropbox, not my mod, or mods really. So I don't have any control over that. Stall's car was saying, why don't you just use the buy manure mod? I suppose you could do that. I think I actually have that. Just seems like it kind of defeats the purpose there of the greenhouses then if you got to buy manure for them. And, you know, obviously once we have enough straw too, we'll have no problem producing enough manure. We just got to have the straw. And like I mentioned when I first planted the wheat there, I did not realize I would need all that straw for the manure. If I'd known that, I would have planted a lot more wheat or, you know, products or crops that would produce straw. You know, oats, wheat, rye, barley, any one of those. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have more than enough straw once we get field 5 there picked up, and then we'll have field 19 as well. So we should have plenty of straw. Danielle was saying, can't get the GMC truck to fill up all the way. I love your videos. Keep doing a good job. Well, thank you very much for that. And yes, I don't know what's up with the GMC dump truck there. It just does not fill properly all the way. You know, like when you're using the snow blower or trying to chop into it. It just won't fill up all the way. It gets, yeah, what, about 75% or so. I think that's about it. And then it seems to stop filling. Very glitchy after that. Nathan was saying for selling the silage on Drummond, you should have a tipper with a grain door in it that won't overload like the belt does onto the forage, or does from the forage wagon. Yes, so yeah, probably even like the Massey Ferguson trailer we have, but I think these here have that grain door in them. So just use the smaller grain door when unloading onto a belt, and it will be much better. I think this is going to fill the wagon up. 99%. Yep. Gravity wagon is full. Game of Jacob was saying, really enjoying your videos. Thank you very much for that. Thomas was saying about Drummer and Farms there. Using developer tools. Head judge, is that allowed? Of course, for those of you watching the PC versus console showdown there, head judge, we have Jeffrey as our head judge. And Thomas there is asking if we're allowed to use developer tools there in that PC versus console showdown. To which, of course, I say we absolutely are. Thomas was also saying you're going to have to go back over all your episodes now with a magnifying glass. Check out what else you've been doing. Yes. Those, again, watched the live stream last night. I bought something else that Thomas missed. I was waiting for him to say something about it, but he never did, so I figured he must not have seen it. But for all the rest of you that did see it, the logging trailer that I bought, I think I have it active on here as well, was, of course, I don't think I mentioned what it was, but right up along the top here, I figured somebody would notice that. Yes, auto load logging trailer. I was waiting for Thomas to notice that, but I don't think he did. Of course, until I mention it, now he knows about it, but... we're almost done with this field here. I'm gonna have to move the, well, we gotta move the John Deeres to empty them anyway. I'll take care of that in a moment. $47,000 canola, nice. Watch the John Deere power here pull it up the hill. Yeah, this would definitely be a very good pull for any tractor, that's for sure. Two J&M 680 gravity wagons, that would be a good pull. And again, for those of you not familiar with these gravity wagons, J&M, when it says 680, that means technically it should be able to hold 680 bushels. If I had to guess, it probably doesn't actually hold that many. Kind of like anything, they like to overinflate their numbers a little bit. Probably closer to 600. I know we got a J&M 250. It's supposed to hold 250 bushels. It's closer to 200, maybe 225 if you're pushing it. But still, if you got 600 bushels in each one of these gravity wagons here, that is still quite a bit. Anyway, folks, looking at time, looks like it's about time to wrap up the episode. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.